Hi, I'm Nathan from Skate Loser. Welcome to the channel. I teach about the sport of skateboarding and the community. Your first time going to the skate park doesn't seem that overwhelming, but there's a lot going on, so I'm going to tell you what to expect from my experience so you can be prepared for whatever happens to you. The first thing I have to mention is that most skaters are very nice and welcoming people, from my experience at least. There are definitely some people that are judgmental and gatekeepers to the sport. And if you go to the skate park as a beginner, you have to keep in mind that those people can affect your ability to skate. And you shouldn't let them make you feel like you shouldn't be at the skate park. The skate park exists so you can have fun and get better at a sport you enjoy. So why would being a beginner stop you from getting there? And it should make you want to go even more so you can progress faster and make friends. The kind of people who will judge you for not being as good as they are heavily outnumbered. Just be prepared in case you meet anyone who is like that, just so you don't lose the motivation that led you to coming to the skate park anyways. The next thing you might expect your first time at the skate park is not picking up things quickly. You'll see other people doing crazy grinds and dropping in bowls, but you can't compare yourself to them because up to this point you've probably only skated flat ground. You don't have the feel for the curves and ramps like people who've been going to the skate park do. It'll take weeks of going to the skate park every day before you start to feel comfortable with it. But there's more practice than just pumping too. Just don't get overwhelmed by all the new things you can do. The skate park was made for skateboards, so it'll be easier than trying to do those kinds of things in the street, but you definitely won't be able to just board slide the coping of a bowl and drop in. You also can't let fear get in your way. Like the people who judge at the skate park, fear of judgment makes you hesitate just as much. It's hard to get better if you're constantly worrying about everyone around you instead of focusing on yourself. It's a form of motivation to not mess up, but you can't enjoy what you're doing if your only goal is to impress other skaters. The best thing to do if you want motivation from other people is to make friends at the skate park. If you're with your friends, you won't feel judged by other skaters, and you'll be more in the moment, and any tricks you fail in front of your friends, you won't feel nearly as embarrassed about if you do it all. Instead, you might feel proud that your friends see you have the courage or ability to try whatever you tried anyways. Another thing to expect your first time at the skate park are some things you can't see looking in. There are certain rules you have to follow if you don't want to be rude. You want other people following these rules too so you can have a good time. I won't go over all the rules for the sake of the video. If you want to hear more, just ask me in the comments. If a single person asks me to help them with anything, there's a 99% chance I'll do it, because I'm going to post videos anyways, so why not make one knowing I will help someone? But for the rules, any I don't mention might be implied or really easy to find out once you go to the skate park. First, there are lines for obstacles. You'll see people lining up to do certain jumps and rails. If you want to try to do one, just look out for where people are lining up and get behind them with your board. If you just go for it, you could risk running into someone or just looking stupid because someone had to wait their turn and you just ran in with no regard for other skaters around you. Another rule is similar to the last one, and it's to try and stay out of other people's way. If you see someone doing a crazy line and they're coming in your direction, they won't get in your way if you're going the same direction as them and they see you. If they don't see you, you're expected to move, especially if they're doing a line that's going longer or more complex than yours. The last rule I'll mention is if your board rolls away from you, warn people about it, so they all look around and make sure they won't fall over it or anything. The quickest way to do this is to shout "board" the second it goes out of your control. Another thing you might expect your first time at the skate park could be scooter kids. At any park, there's normally some little kid on a scooter with no regard for anyone else, and they just go around the skate park not actually using any obstacles, just getting in people's way. Try not to be annoyed by them. They're just young and don't know any rules or if they're in anyone's way. Just keep an eye out for them and don't expect them to move as you might expect a skater who's just got done dolphin flipping the manual platform to. A lot of people will yell at them or push them around, but try not to be one of those people because again, they're just kids, they're not really hurting anything. You just have to wait a little longer to attempt a trick or something. They're not going to purposely get in your way. The last thing from my experience that you might expect at your skate park your first time is that you'll become part of the community a lot faster than you think. Like I said before, the majority of the skating community is very kind and welcoming. They were all beginners at some point as well, know exactly how to treat you because they were in your shoes probably not too long ago. There isn't much to skate parks. You might be able to tell I've tried to drag this video out to make it worthwhile, but you probably have it all down once you actually go.
If I made it as short as it should be, I would just tell y'all to enjoy yourself. Skating exists for fun, and it shouldn't be more complicated than popping into a cool trick you've been practicing. Everything else that exists only exists so that can happen as much as possible. I hope I've been able to help someone learn something from this, even if it wasn't much. Thanks for taking your time to watch this video to the end. If you liked the video, I'd really appreciate it if you give it a like. And if you have the time, go through my channel, see if you like any other videos. If you do, maybe even subscribe. Thank you, I really do appreciate it. Love and peace. Good luck skating.